edition of Journalist Hangout, reaching you from our new studios here at Eco Atlantic City, Victoria Island, Lagos. I am Benga Oreshegun. Today on the program, Pandef urges Governor Fubara, Wike and Odili to work with Attah-Led Peace Committee. Matawali visits Zamfara State, drums support for President Tinubu and insists that security is improving. And later on the show, EFCC detains 10 officers for alleged fraud. I'll be hanging out with Babajide Kolade Utitoju and Dotun Oladipo. Journalist Hangout starts right now. Now let's begin the conversation. While the political crisis in Rivers State, fueled by the disagreement between Governor Siminalayi Fubara and his predecessor, Nyesom Wike, appears intractable, you can never say never in politics. As such, the Pan-Niger Delta Forum Pandef has called on Governor Fubara, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, and a former Governor of the state, Peter Odili, to collaborate with the Attah-Led Peace Committee to resolve the crisis. The Pandef National Chairman, Ambassador Godnose Igali, emphasized the expertise and integrity of the committee members, urging aggrieved parties to cooperate with the panel. The Pandef General Assembly established the 7-member Peace Committee chaired by former Akwa Ibom State Governor Victor Attah to address the growing political tension among serving and former governors in the region. All right, BKO, first of all, let's look at the quality of men in the Obong Victor Attah-led committee. In your opinion, do they have what it takes, first of all, to bring the major players to the table? And second, do they have what it takes to broker peace among these players?
Well, one would expect that at their age and given their experience in our national life, they should be able to command enough respect so as to bring the warring partners to the warring individuals to round table. But the unfortunate thing is that the leaders in the region, including the man who set up the panel itself, they've already taken sides in these conflicts. Chief Clerk is firmly behind the governor, and everyone knows that. He's granted so many interviews in which he dressed down Wike, and he believes that Wike is the only person, behind this whole problem. And it takes two to tango.
Sure.
Wike has his problems. I've criticized him many times here, although by the nature of our people, it is what you said last that they remember.
Exactly.
They do not remember when I told him to act his age, and that at his age there are certain things that I should not say in public. They will not remember when I condemned him for exchanging words with Adeyanju, who is much younger. You should respect yourself and honor your age. There is no reason to exchange words with an Adeyanju. Even me, I'm not as big as Wike, but I will not exchange words with an Adeyanju. Not even with his elder brother. So we tell Wike what he's doing that is not good. But if you give him credit just once, they will go to, Jide is Wike's person. Jide is this, Jide is that. Wike, I don't have his phone number. The last time I saw him was when we had that media chat. I've not seen him since then. We've never spoken. I do not care about him. I just do my work. But we are leaders who are supposed to hold people together, decide to take sides in a conflict. There's no way they are going to resolve that conflict. Third party elements will be the ones to resolve that complete. So I do not think that they are going to achieve anything with this. And if people think that they are going to achieve, let us wait. As I always say, time is a gentleman. Let's wait and see whether this committee will be able to achieve something. And I also think that both of them have gone too far.
They've gone too far for the matter to be resolved?
Yes, they've gone too far. There are some battles that you fight, you have to hold back a little bit. There are certain things that you don't say. If you want a conflict, if you think that a conflict could be resolved in the future, there are certain things that you do not say.
But they are
in this conflict, yes, we've seen people say things that they should not have said. Where a Fubara, whether Fubara likes it or not, Wike did him a mighty favor.
Sure.
Wike ditched other people and settled for him.
Exactly.
And then, in addressing your people, you said we have used Attah-Led to kill the rat that has been eating the bag of gari.
Yeah,
so
you use that word.
How do you say that and expect the guy? Whatever, even if they resolve that conflict, that thing will still be coming into...
Exactly, those words.
Those things I say will still be coming into his mind. And Wike too has done media chat where he said, no, we cannot resolve this again. The president stepped in where the leaders in Rivers State showed a clear lack of capacity to resolve the issue. Now, we're back to square one because some of those leaders even told the governor, look, do not do this, do not do that. The governor was willing to do a lot of things in line with the resolution. But some people said, no, you know, there are conflict entrepreneurs everywhere. People profit from conflicts. Some people have been cashing out since this fight began between these two men. Some people have been cashing out. Some even left their own states to literally operate from rivers.
Because that's where the
action is. So such people, do you think they will fold their arms and allow this conflict to be resolved? It will not be resolved. It is the courts. Mark my words, I've been saying this repeatedly. It is the courts that will resolve this matter.
Not
these two individuals have gone too far in this conflict. I don't even think any of them wants it to end. I remember a governor saying that it is more expensive for me to allow them to resolve this conflict than allow it to continue. He said, basically, you get the point I'm making. He said it's cheaper for him in the grand scheme of things for the conflict to continue
than for it to be resolved.
Yes. And I asked why. He said, oh, if it's resolved, he will start giving me conditions. I must do this, I must do that, I must do this, I must do that. And I will spend more money. So and they were approaching an election. So he said, for me,
let's keep the fight.
It is cheaper for the conflict to continue than for me to resolve with that big man. Because once we resolve, it will now be in a position of strength. And even as part of the negotiation, you have to, as part of the conditions, there are certain things that he will ask from you that you have to give. And he was not prepared to give.
And you won't have a choice to.
Between these people, forget it. Pandef will not achieve his aim. Why are they just doing this now? This is what they should have done in the beginning.
When they had done
before the matter degenerated, before somebody was called a rat, before somebody said, oh, empty vessels make the loudest noise. You can't describe your benefactor as an empty vessel. Come on. There is a clear lack of humanism in what is going on.
They've thrown caution to the wind.
Yes. So how do you then resolve that? You spit in the face of someone. And this is mutual. Wike too are spit in his face. We must understand that.
They are both done it to each other.
Yes. So where you do that, you are destroying the bridges of reconciliation. It's as simple as that.
Okay. All right, Doctor. Let's come. 4 days ago, the lead story of most of the lead newspapers, they said something. Wike said he will not apologize to the former River State governor, Odili. But looking at it, morally and politically, should the minister apologize to the elder statesman?
Well, like BQ said, what is happening purely is a matter of political survival. Everybody is trying to remain relevant in the scheme of things. One of those I particularly like, who I believed said what can be seen as the truth some days ago when Wike organized a program in Port Harcourt, was former Senator Magnus Abi, who said all of them involved in this conflict, they've all committed anti-party activities.
Oh, yes, okay. Okay, he said that.
He said so. And like he also said, which Magnus Abi equally said, he said, politicians are benefiting from this crisis.
Yes.
So how do you want to resolve it?
Oh.
How do you want to resolve it?
They're making money from it.
They are making huge money. So like he said, but I will add to it that apart from the court, the way I see it is that 2027 will resolve this during the election. Because when they both go to the poll, one must win, one must fail. Then when they do, the loser will perhaps have the humility to go back and beg or walk away. The only glimmer of hope I see in the committee set up by Pandef is the fact that the man who is at that edge has not taken a position.
Yes.
And he's a well-respected elder statesman. That's the former governor of Akwa Ibom State. He's not only older than all of them involved in this. Perhaps maybe only Odili. They are at par because they both were the first set of governors in the...
Do you think he has the capacity to bring them to the table?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's the only glimmer of hope that we have in this. Because if you look at the other actors who set up this committee,
they've already taken
a position. And nobody will want to go and talk to somebody who has taken a position. So if Obang Victor Attah is able to convince them that, see, I'm a neutral person, come, let's talk, they can perhaps stop the media war. But the war underneath will not stop.
But the president intervened once. No solution.
I agree.
For the purpose of peace, and the fact that Rivers State is very integral, for the purpose of peace, do you think the president should step in one more time?
He can do so. He can.
Do you see the president stepping in?
But I don't think he should. Because
you don't think he should?
As the president, I've called all of you together.
Yes.
We had an understanding. And you all failed to do, then it means you have disrespected me.
Yes.
That's basically what they have done to him. In fact, what I'm expecting is that if this committee will do it well, the committee should be the one to drag all of them back to the president. Not the president stepping in again.
Mikio, do they share the same opinion?
I don't think the president needs to intervene anymore. Well, we've been saying this, that there are no leaders
in Rivers State.
Yes. Are they saying they don't have leaders in Rivers State?
They do.
Are they saying they don't have leaders in the Niger Delta? So if the leaders left their responsibilities and decided to take side in a very shameless manner,
very shameless,
you are not going to have a resolution. Why is Chief Edwin Clark just setting up a panel at this stage? It was convenient for him to take a side. And he came all the way from Delta to get involved in the politics of Rivers State.
Sitting in Abuja.
Yeah, and he took a side. What he just did now was what he should have done. Now they are talking about anymore. After I put you there. But because they are not noisy like the Wikes of this world, people will not know that
something is going on.
So they won't know that, that they have crisis. So if Baba Clark had done this on the beginning,
which he should have
rather than clearly taking a side, go back and read some of the interviews that he granted. No one is saying that Wike does not have his problem. I'm always the first to admit that he has his issues. There's nothing he's going to do to me. I speak the truth the way it comes from the inner recesses of my heart. There's nothing you are going to do to me. I don't go to you to seek for favors. I don't do contracts. No one will say that I found my name somewhere that I asked for a contract. And I have friends in government. I have friends in government that will give me. Bring any document that you've seen where Jide's name is going to get a contract. No. So I'm in a position of strength to speak truth to you, whether you admit it that is the truth or not. Your conscience will tell you that is the truth.
Exactly.
And the generality of reasonable Nigerians will show enough reasonableness to admit that this is the truth that this fellow is saying. Baba Clark should have set up this panel a long time ago. He should have shown a desire to bring people together. But he took side. The fact of him taking a side very early in the conflict is one reason I'm confident that Wike will not go before these people. Because look, you can say that the old man from Akwa Ibom, somebody that I respect so much, a pathfinder for the progress of Akwa Ibom state today. Every solid thing coming from Akwa Ibom,
He laid it.
You know?
He laid the foundation.
Yes, whether it's the airport, whether it's
Good architect.
Yes.
Very solid.
You see the way the roads were designed, very wide. Airplanes can even land on the roads in Akwa Ibom. I'm not saying that because I want them to give me a woman, but this is it.
Yes.
But see, the fact that somebody who is biased set up a panel can
Makes
compromise the integrity of that panel. Because he will have made up his mind that whatever I go there to say, they will not support me. So I do not see Wike going before these people.
All right, gentlemen. Let's move straight to our next conversation.